to have Sean Combs interfere with the jury and the evidence, and by him nodding his head saying, okay, yeah, that stuff they said wasn't true because you didn't see me bob my head. But when I hear something that you should pay attention to, I'm gonna let you know.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life. Street stars. You know what time it is.
Diddy, the judge was going to recuse him because he was looking at the jury and like nodding. Like, is that like, and I don't know the context in which he was like nodding. I haven't looked far into it, but for them to say, we're going to get you out of here because you keep looking at the jury nodding, is that like a form of intimidation or just approval or just playing on their pity or their, what is that? Manipulation? Like looking at them, blinking, winking at them? Like you can't do none of that?
I love this question. I love this question. Why? Because it goes back to an earlier interview that we did. I said before, you have to watch your client. You have to watch their demeanor because they can win or lose a case for you. And so if a question is asked and it's hard hitting and they make a face or they get angry, jury picks up on that. Like I just said, hit dog or holler. And so they pick up on those things. And so what the judge is looking at as him sending subtle messages. You ever seen that movie Focus?
Yes.
One of my favorite movies. Why? Because it's a real thing. Him nodding. Remember during the football game, right?
Yeah.
They kept showing this guy a number that he was betting against. And the people who were showing the number he was getting, people were kind of nodding and giving him a signal like, oh, you see me. This is what you need to be looking at. And so you repeatedly get that type of affirmation on certain statements, then those statements become true. We do it when we communicate and we don't realize it. I just said something you agreed with and you started nodding your head.
Right.
You don't realize you're doing it, but you're doing it. And what that is letting me know that I'm in the right vein. That's ministers do it at church. Yep. You read people in a sense. And so what the judge doesn't want to do is to have Sean Combs interfere with the jury and the evidence, and by him nodding his head saying, okay, yeah, that stuff they said wasn't true because you didn't see me bob my head. But when I hear something that you should pay attention to, I'm gonna let you know because that's true. That's right. That's not right. That's not true.
Yeah, so you can't even nod your head or shake your head no?
I told you, I have my clients sit there, hands crossed, write a note. If you get upset, don't make a face, take a pen out, write on a sheet of paper, that's some BS or blah, blah, blah. Slide it to me, let me look at it so you felt like you got it out and let's keep it moving. Let's not tip our hands. Yeah, let's not tip our hands either way.
Do you think Diddy will take the stand?
We talked about that one too. I don't think so. I don't know if he has the temperament. I mean, because I'm going to go back to the fact that he's even here. When they sent him a copy of that lawsuit and he read it or his lawyer read it, someone should have said, pull up the Brinks truck and let's see how many bars of gold we can keep in the truck.
Well, do you think that the jail time may have humbled him?
No, not that quick, man.
That's a long time. I'd be humbled like, oh man, come on.
No, man. It's just something about having that complex.
Yeah.
And having that much power.
Right.
That doesn't just go away at the blink of an eye.
Do you think he still has power?
Yeah. He's paying Jane's rent.
Yeah, he's paying Jane's rent up until the time of her testifying against him.
Yes.
That's crazy. I'm getting my rent paid.
And
staring at you like.
Yeah, and I'm saying that to say he's in jail. Who's writing that check? And if I got power to have people write a $10,000 a month check to take care of you, plus I'm pretty sure some other things that he's doing for her, and others, dog, that's
Right.
a little power.
You know, in the Jane Doe, you know, after her testimony, you know, she talked about abusive relationships. She had said 90% of their
Hold on. What's on that water bottle you're drinking?
shout out to RealLyfe Lawyer.
You too can get a RealLyfe Lawyer water bottle.
Come on now. Branding is big. Branding is key. Now Jane Doe, she had said 90% of their sexual escapades was with other men.
Right.
After her testimony, Diddy was seen crying, like wiping a tear away from his eye. Do you feel like in this trial, Diddy is now possibly having remorse just from hearing that? Like, man, I really was out here wilding.
Man, look, this is speculation. He could have just had a reflection of the fact that he probably really liked this woman.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And when she said that and he reflected back, he would be like, damn, I didn't spend as much quality time with her as I thought I was. I was so caught up in this other stuff that I didn't really spend the time with her that I should have. And now I may never get that opportunity.
Man, that's real. That's real.
I mean, people do that, man.
Yeah, no, they dated, I believe she said, for 3 years. And for her to go up there and actually speak her feelings and what she took from the relationship and what she wanted, because I think it was a situation where she asked about money, or there was some money that she asked for. And the defense asked like, oh, is that what you feel like you're worth? And then her response was, what does he think I'm worth? Like, that's
Nope, not quite.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Not quite. I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah,
hey,
please.
look, stop, pause.
Yeah, because
stop texting and doing the comment right now. Stop. We're gonna clean that up. There was a situation in which there was a discussion on purses. And so Jane and the criminal defense attorney who was crossing her at the time, they knew each other. They had a relationship for knowing each other during the course of this whole investigation and case. And so they were talking about a particular purse. And so the discussion came in that, do you have one of those purses? How much of those purses? No, do you have one of those purses? And it's like, I'm sure you got one of those purses. And then the question was back to Jane, how much do you think the purse costs? Or how much does the purse cost? And Jane replied, how much does my body cost? Mm. And so that was an interesting dialogue, because there's some people that I've spoken with who feel that that was that young woman's cry to say that she was being prostituted for items.
Yeah.
There are other people who said, you think highly enough of your body that your sex with you is worth a $5,000 or a $10,000 bag. And depending on which side the jury takes, that can go badly.
Shout out RealLyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.